Today I'm going to be putting the heavier capacity lifting struts onto the tune. I'm not really sure if you have to have the tune in the raised or the lowered position to do that. So we'll find out. First, let's open the box. All right, so come with the packaging. Yeah, so pretty much what I was expecting. Looks like you can just press them into the new ones. That looks pretty standard, but it does look like they're already extended. So we will probably have to pop the top on the tune. Yeah, I definitely cannot press them. But it looks like all you do, if you can see there, is you pop this guy off. Yeah, it just came right off. And then, yeah, then the keeper comes out of there. You can't really see it now, but this pin is actually what keeps it in there. So with that out, they should push right on. But I guess we will see. The other thing that's nice about having the tune popped up is I'm not as worried about this like flinging out. So I hate being flung at, really. So all I'm gonna do is, you can maybe kind of see on the camera, I'm taking this little wire piece off. I'm just gonna pull it out. It's actually kind of crazy how dirty that already is. And then I'm just gonna pull out on the ball, hopefully. And yeah, came right off. It did extend a little bit, which will be interesting to get the new one on. Like, so this one, I can pretty easily get back on, but with the heavier spring, it's definitely gonna be harder. So the top should really just be the same thing, except probably a little bit easier because there's no pressure on it. So it should just pop right off there like that. So with the mechanism locked, you should be able to just take them all off and then put all the new ones on, but I am a little scared to do that. I think I'm just gonna do them one at a time. So just reverse order, put the new one on, and kind of just clicked there if you didn't see. And then, so this one's actually on the other side. Hopefully they're not, give it a little pull test. Hopefully they're not like, this is like the front right and I'm putting it on the rear. I would doubt that that's the case, but I guess we'll see. Now I'm back to the bottom of the first strut. Just gonna remove the little clip and then, oh yeah, it's way harder. I don't want to lose this clip. All right. Holy shit. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna need something to help push that. All right, try again here. That actually really hurt. I have a little offcut piece of wood. I'm gonna just use it to push, hopefully. Holy shit. Okay. That is really hard. Okay, those are way stronger. Just gotta use the wood to push it up. The front is gonna be way harder, but just use the wood to push it up and then just kind of shove it on there. And then put our clip back in. So that one I did a little more confident grab off of there. It seemed to work a little bit better. So just yanking them off seems to be the way to go. So this one just did that again. If it doesn't come, if you can't see the little pin poking out the top, that probably means you need to just rotate this around enough until it goes through. Did that on the last one. I thought it was just kind of a one-off deal, but it just happened again. All right, now let's see if I can do this one left-handed maybe. I don't know, dog. These things are very tight. I don't even think having another person would really help. So I am looking, this is pretty straight right now. We'll see how much I bend it. Oh, bring it on. Oh, shit. Oh, man. That is... Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move the camera. Okay, we'll give her another try here. Woo! Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, call a buddy over, man, to help you, but I don't know where they would push, you know? So that's that. Me rolling it again, trying to get it to seat well. Okay, so that one took a while to get in there. Rotating the strut did not make any difference. I actually had to push the pin slightly up, and then it lined up with the hole and went in. So the back of the tune's done. The front is going to be way harder. So I'll spare you the details of how these come off. Obviously, it's going to be the exact same way as the back two, but the angles to get them on is going to be very interesting. I think I'm going to have to do them the other way. So put the bottom on first and then shove the top into place. All right, so sticking with that theory, should be able to just pop this bad boy out. Oh, that's not gonna be fun. Okay. Same thing on that one. I had to kind of angle it back a little ways. Okay, so it is easier to turn the top versus turning the bottom. Kind of doubt that will translate into pushing, especially on a ladder. Might actually have to get on top of the camper. Oh man, okay. Shoot. I'm probably gonna have to get on top and push down on it. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get... Okay, I can move it a little bit, at least, but moving it... Whew, I would have to be very quick to do that. Whew. Wow, okay. And once it gets down to about here, it does not want to compress anymore. Dang, it's like an inch too. Seems like that would be easy. Okay, try to give it a full attempt. Okay, I gotta try something else. Okay, new idea is to put the lifting arm in a strap and compress it while I'm on the ground, and then put it onto the truck. Luckily, I have a strap that will fit basically right perfectly if it's not tangled. The idea being, like, yeah, there's a lot of stress, but it's not actually like, it's not going to be like a big spring that just shoots out. It's kind of the idea. So I am going to try to compress it here. Okay, a little bit of compression. We'll see if it's the right size. Okay, it needs just a little bit more. Took a couple tries to get it the right length, and it's by no means perfect, but I think it will probably be good enough. So bottom's in, top is in. Okay, well that's how you should probably do it. That's way easier. Yeah, I would recommend doing it that way. Okay, so the key that I found is to make sure that the holes are in the same direction, hard to get in the same frame, but you want them both, in this case, facing towards the camera so that it lines up when you go to put on the strut. Then you want to remove both pins, make sure you don't lose them. And then you take your strap and make sure it's all flat, and then hook the hooks together so you have a loop, and then you wrap the loop all the way around the strut. And you want the strut, you can see how it's at the back of the strap. You want it to be, doesn't need to be all the way at the front. There is some clearance between here and the camper, but you want it to be as close to the front as that you can get it. And then kind of like do your initial tightening. And then you can move down to the ground. So here you can see that the strap is towards the top. It doesn't need to move much, only about 1 inch, so that should be plenty of room. But I put it at the top so that while I'm pushing down, I can pull up on this, and it actually helps compress it. So take my block of wood for a little help, and then just start pushing down. pulling in on the strap, so there it just moved. But I need a little bit more, I think. Just moved a little bit more. And then I'll probably just push it down one more time here. Okay. So now I have it compressed, it's tight in there, and I'm gonna go check on the camper to see if it is the right size. Now I'm gonna test fit the new one. Key is to not put it on upside down. That would be a huge bummer. So put that in there. It's actually just a little bit too much. Maybe I can just let a little bit of pressure off. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna work. That one's in. And that one's in. So then when you get it in there and you're sure that it's in the ball, you can take your strap off and then insert the pins. All right, so I just unlocked both sides. Can't tell a huge difference, but oh yeah, I can. It is way harder. All right. Oh, so I'm having to really pull on the front bar to get it to compress. The top does not seem to want to fall down. I can start dropping the back here. No. Okay, maybe both at the same time. Okay, so I had to give it a little energy, but it did fall. Now let's see if I can get the back to come down. There she is. It did seem to not want to go down straight. I also don't have anything on top of it, so I could put at least some skis. So the last one would struggle with just skis on the top, but I think it would need more weight than that even. So I'm gonna put my skis on the top. So I decided I better lock the skis down, just so that if the roof gets at an angle, which I'm sure it will be, then they won't go like sliding off and hit the truck. These ski racks are great, by the way. I haven't really written anything about them on my blog, but they are awesome. The only thing I don't like about them is that you have to put the skis in this way. So usually it's a 6 ski situation, or it might even be 8 ski. But because you have to put them side by side instead of one over the top, it's only 4 ski. So it only covers 2 people instead of 3 or 4. They're also lockable, which again is awesome. I mean, the skis are like 5 pounds, so shouldn't really do anything, but this will be my first time opening the tune, so we'll see. Okay, nice and slow. That was nice. Let's do the back now. So it's usually kind of hard for me to do this, or at least kind of annoying. But hopefully Oh yeah, just kind of stands up by itself. Struts are in, which is awesome. I'm pretty happy with it. I do think that if you were struggling opening your tune, they would possibly be a good thing to add because it is way easier to open now. To contrast, it is way harder to close, especially without anything on the roof. I did notice that adding the skis did help, and they only weigh like 5 pounds. So maybe if you have like 10 or 15 pounds up there, it would just be normal. But I would rather it be a little harder to open and close because last winter there were a couple times with just a little bit of ice up there, it became almost impossible to do with one person. Like there was one day specifically, I was really happy to have someone with me that could help open and close it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Definitely will have to use the strap if you're going to do the front. I have no idea how you would get the front struts on without strapping them. Other than that, yeah, super stoked to get the struts on.